Welcome back to the B&B Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive into the upcoming drama on The Bold and the Beautiful, where tensions rise, alliances shift, and shocking decisions are made. From unexpected confrontations to life-changing choices, let's take a look at all the exciting twists coming your way this week. We begin with the brewing storm between Ridge and Carter Walton. It seems Ridge is absolutely furious over Carter's bold actions, and he won't hold back in expressing his anger. At the heart of the conflict, Carter's coup at Forrester Creations sets the stage for an explosive showdown. When Hope Logan arrives at the fashion house, Ridge's frustration reaches its peak. He accuses Carter of stealing the company, but it's not just the company that's on the line, it's Hope's involvement in Carter's rise to power. In this heated moment, Ridge's emotions spiral out of control, and he directs his wrath squarely at Hope. But when Brooke Logan enters the scene, tensions only escalate. Rumor has it that Brooke will not sit idly by as Ridge and Eric Forrester badmouth her daughter. An already delicate relationship is about to reach its breaking point, and the question remains, will Ridge's newfound animosity toward Hope be the end of his relationship with Brooke? Meanwhile, Remy Price finds himself at a crossroads in his personal and professional life. As B&B Spoilers reveal, Remy has no intention of sharing his plans for Los Angeles with Will Spencer, keeping his cards close to his chest. But a dramatic turn of events is ahead. Remy, still grappling with the aftermath of his past decisions, will make a bold move, one that involves Electra Forrester. Despite Electra's claim that they are just friends, Remy is adamant that there is more to their bond. But how will Electra respond? Will she recognize the deeper connection between them, or will she push him away? Remy's decision will undoubtedly send shockwaves through the Forrester family, and it could alter his future in ways he never anticipated. At the same time, Luna Nozawa continues to weave her web of lies, this time targeting Bill Spencer. As the drama unfolds in the prison, Luna desperately tries to convince Bill that she is not the murderer she's been accused of being, but is she telling the truth? Bill, ever the skeptic, isn't buying into Luna's sob story. After all, it's hard to ignore the fact that Luna is implicated in the brutal murder of two men and the frame-up of her own mother. As Luna's attempt to manipulate Bill grows more desperate, it becomes clear that her plan to escape the consequences of her actions may not be as foolproof as she hoped. In the midst of this turmoil, Zend Forrester faces a significant career decision. After much reflection, Zend makes the surprising choice to quit his position at Forrester Creations. This move marks a turning point for Zend, who is looking for a new direction in both his career and personal life. But what will he do next? Could this be the beginning of a bold new chapter for Zend, or is he simply stepping away to regroup? His departure will have far-reaching consequences, especially for the Forrester family, who may soon find themselves scrambling to fill the void he leaves behind. Speaking of the Forresters, a fierce battle for control of the Forrester legacy is heating up. As Carter and Hope take their new positions of power at Forrester Creations, the Forrester patriarchs, Ridge, Eric, and Steffi, must grapple with the reality that their time at the helm may be running out. As Hope and Carter establish themselves in the company, will the senior members of the Forrester family realize it's too late to reclaim what they've lost? The power struggle within the Forrester empire could change everything, and only time will tell who will come out on top. Finally, Deacon Sharp finds himself in an unexpected and dangerous position. Remy, ever the force to be reckoned with, forces Deacon to defend himself against a series of accusations. But as the pressure mounts, Deacon's world could come crashing down. Will Remy uncover the truth about Deacon's connections, and will he learn that Deacon's new boss is involved in far darker schemes than anyone could have imagined? A potentially shocking revelation awaits, and Deacon's future may be forever altered by the choices he makes in this high-stakes showdown. Stay tuned, as the next episodes promise even more drama and intrigue. The Forresters, Logans, and Spencers are in for a wild ride, and we can't wait to see how it all unfolds. With power struggles, unexpected confrontations, and hidden obsessions coming to light, this week promises to be filled with suspense and surprises. Let's break it all down, from Carter's bold moves to Remy's disturbing fixation, and everything in between. As the week begins, the tension at Forrester Creations is palpable. Carter Walton is fully stepping into his role at the company, and it's clear he's ready to take charge. Despite Ridge's best efforts to manage the situation by hiring Justin to handle his legal troubles, it quickly becomes apparent that Carter is an immovable force. The Forresters are no longer in control of the company they built, and the realization of that loss sends shockwaves through the family, especially for Ridge and Steffi. The once unshakable Forrester empire is slipping through their fingers, and Ridge is growing increasingly bitter about Carter's ascension. Ridge's fury only escalates as Carter wastes no time making his presence known. As Ridge watches helplessly, he sees Carter not only stepping up but also gaining support from Hope, who's now closely tied to Carter's rise. Ridge's frustration boils over, and he accuses Carter of throwing everything away for Hope, whom he now sees as an accomplice in his downfall. The air thickens with tension as Ridge, clearly unhinged, verbally attacks Carter. In response, Carter firmly warns Ridge to watch his words, signaling that he's not intimidated by Ridge's threats. But Ridge isn't backing down, he's determined to make Carter pay for what he's done. Will this fiery exchange lead to a bigger confrontation? It's hard to say, but one thing's for sure, Carter is not about to let Ridge bully him out of his newfound power. Meanwhile, Brooke Logan is caught off guard by the shocking developments at Forrester Creations. She's left in a state of confusion when she learns that Carter, not Ridge, was the one who filed the paperwork to cement Hope's place in the company. Standing by Carter, Hope seems more committed than ever to her new partner, but Brooke is struggling to make sense of it all. How did they get here? And why didn't she see it coming? As Brooke tries to wrap her head around the situation, she's also confronted with the emotional toll it's taking on Ridge, her fiancé, who is spiraling in frustration. The complex web of relationships is only getting messier, and Brooke finds herself in the midst of a storm she didn't expect. In another corner of the B&B world, Luna Nozawa's complicated web of lies continues to unravel. For months, she's been writing letters to Bill Spencer from behind bars, desperately trying to convince him that she's not the criminal she appears to be. Initially, Bill was skeptical, even going so far as to burn her letters, dismissing them as nothing more than manipulation. However, one letter caught his attention, and it was enough to make him reconsider. Now, Bill faces Luna in person, and the confrontation is long overdue. Luna insists that her actions don't define who she truly is, trying to convince Bill that she's not the cold-blooded murderer who framed her own mother and killed 2 men. Bill, however, isn't buying it. He's learned the hard way not to trust easily, and the woman sitting before him, the one he believed could have been his daughter, is a far cry from the sweet, innocent person she's trying to portray. But will Luna's charm be enough to sway Bill, or will he stand firm in his belief that she's guilty as charged? Meanwhile, Remy Price is also facing a turbulent moment in his personal life, and his frustrations come to a head in his interaction with Electra Forrester. Remy, who has long harbored feelings for Electra, is stunned when she insists that they are simply friends. This declaration triggers a volatile reaction in Remy, revealing a side of him that has been bubbling beneath the surface, an obsessive streak that threatens to consume him. Remy vehemently argues that their connection is more than just friendship, but Electra, clearly taken aback, tries to keep things light. However, what Electra doesn't know is that Remy's fixation on her is growing stronger by the day, and it's only a matter of time before she realizes how dangerous his obsession can be. Electra, for her part, is struggling with her own past. She fled her hometown after a scandalous incident involving doctored images of her, a deepfake photo of her head placed on another person's body, which sparked rumors and embarrassment. Electra hoped that moving to Los Angeles and living with her friend Ivy would allow her to start fresh, away from the whispers and judgment. However, little does she know that Remy might be the one behind the photos that ruined her reputation. As the tension between them grows, Electra will have to confront the reality of her situation, and the unsettling truth about Remy's role in her life. Will she discover the extent of his obsession before it's too late? As the year draws to a close, the stakes are higher than ever. The Forrester family is battling for control, friendships are tested, and dangerous secrets are beginning to come to light. Will Carter's bold moves solidify his place at the top, or will Ridge and Steffi manage to claw back control? Will Bill fall for Luna's lies, or will he expose her for the manipulator she truly is? And as Remy's obsession with Electra spirals out of control, will anyone be able to stop him before it's too late? It's a wild week on The Bold and the Beautiful, and you won't want to miss a minute of it. With unexpected twists, simmering tensions, and some very curious props, the week of December 9th to 13th promises to keep us on the edge of our seats. From Remy Price's growing obsession to the mysterious reappearance of a familiar mannequin, let's break down the most intriguing moments you won't want to miss. Remy's obsession with Electra. The preview video for this week gave us a sneak peek into the Forrester salon, where Remy Price seems to be facing a major emotional struggle. It's clear that Remy views his connection with Electra Forrester as something far more intense than she does. While Electra tries to maintain a friendly, casual distance, Remy's irritation becomes palpable. The tension between them is only growing as he becomes more fixated on her, and it's not hard to see that his feelings have crossed into obsession. What started as a mutual understanding of their friendship has taken a dark turn, and Remy is now desperate for more than just a platonic bond. However, the real twist might not be in what Remy says, but rather what's happening in the background during this particular scene. If you look closely, a large box is seen in the shot, and it's marked with the words "Hope Logan Mannequin." Now, why would this mannequin be making a return? What role could it possibly play in the drama unfolding this week? The return of the Hope Logan mannequin. For those of you who've been following the show for a while, you'll know that the Hope Logan mannequin has quite the history. A few years ago, Liam Spencer discovered Thomas Forrester passionately kissing the mannequin, believing it was a sign of infidelity. This incident led to a massive fallout in his relationship with Hope, and in a twist of his own, Liam ended up sleeping with Steffi Forrester, thinking that Hope had cheated on him. The mannequin became an iconic symbol of chaos and betrayal in the Forrester family. Now, with Carter Walton taking the reins at Forrester Creations and reintroducing Hope Logan's line to the company, it's no surprise that the mannequin would return. But why is it back? Our predictions suggest that the Hope Logan mannequin could be tied to a major promotional stunt for Hope's line. Perhaps Carter will use the mannequin in an advertising campaign or display to highlight Hope's collection, creating a buzz around her brand. However, with the mannequin's complicated history, it seems there's a more intriguing reason behind its reappearance. It's almost as if the show is deliberately drawing our attention to the mannequin as a potential catalyst for future drama. Remy's dangerous obsession, Hope in his crosshairs? Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Given Remy's increasingly obsessive behavior, could the Hope Logan mannequin become the next object of his fixation? As Remy's efforts to seduce Electra seem destined to fail, he might redirect his attention elsewhere. It's entirely possible that Remy, feeling rejected, might turn his focus to Hope, especially since Hope is a central figure in the Forrester legacy and her line is making a comeback. What better way to show his devotion than by claiming a mannequin of her? Imagine the chaos that would ensue if Remy were to steal the Hope mannequin, possibly leading to a showdown with none other than Deacon Sharp, Hope's father and Remy's employer. Deacon wouldn't take kindly to anyone messing with his daughter, especially in such an unsettling and bizarre way. Remy's delusion, could he mistake the mannequin for Electra? If that scenario wasn't enough, there's another dark possibility that could unfold. What if Remy's obsession with Electra reaches a breaking point, and he begins to see things that aren't really there? This could take a seriously dangerous turn, as Remy's delusions about his connection with Electra could cause him to view the mannequin as Electra herself. In his mind, the mannequin could represent his vision of her, despite the obvious difference in appearance. If Remy is delusional enough, he might begin to treat the mannequin as if it were Electra, creating a bizarre and disturbing parallel to Liam's earlier mistake with Thomas. Could we see a scene where Will Spencer walks in on Remy in the dark, mistaking him for engaging with Electra, only to discover that he's actually with the mannequin? This would certainly be a mind-bending twist and could add fuel to the fire in terms of misunderstanding and confrontation. As Will's suspicions grow, the tension between him and Remy could come to a head, especially if Will suspects something more sinister going on. What does this mean for the future of B&B? There are so many ways this mannequin mystery could evolve, and it could bring about a series of revelations that turn everything upside down. If Remy becomes obsessed with the Hope Logan mannequin, it could spark a series of chaotic events involving deception, misunderstandings, and fractured relationships. With Remy's disturbing fixation already on display, the mannequin might serve as the tipping point that sends him over the edge, creating a whirlwind of trouble for the Forrester family. The return of the Hope mannequin is no coincidence, and it's bound to stir up old wounds and bring new tensions to the surface. Whether Remy becomes fixated on it or it becomes a focal point of a larger story arc, one thing is for sure, the drama is far from over. Steffi Forrester has always been known for her fiery spirit, her bold moves, and her captivating energy. She's a woman who isn't afraid to take risks and fight for what she wants, and for the longest time, we've seen her in a tumultuous relationship with Liam Spencer, a man who was as conflicted as he was charming. But now, Steffi seems to have found what many would call true love with Finn, a man who has proven time and time again that he's loyal, caring, and utterly devoted to her. Finn is a good guy, no doubt, but when it comes to excitement and passion, he sometimes falls short. Finn's love for Steffi is clear. Whether it's standing by her side during tough times, like when they battled Sheila Carter's chaotic schemes, or supporting her emotionally through various family dramas, Finn is always there. It's easy to see why Steffi would fall for a man who would never stray, who only has eyes for her, and who is always there with a comforting word or a loving gesture. On paper, they seem perfect, a loving, solid partnership that should give Steffi the stability she has always longed for. However, here's where things get a little tricky. Steffi, the strong, determined woman who once fought for Liam's love against Hope Logan, might find herself a bit underwhelmed by Finn. Sure, he's sweet, but does Steffi's adventurous, passionate nature deserve a man who's a bit more dynamic? Is Finn too boring for a woman like Steffi? Let's explore this idea further. Aesthetically perfect, but emotionally static? One of the main reasons Steffi and Finn work as a couple, from a visual standpoint, is that they're both incredibly aesthetically pleasing. They look great together, perhaps even like the perfect soap opera couple. Their chemistry, at first glance, seems undeniable. But aesthetics alone can't carry a storyline forever. In fact, over time, we start to wonder if Finn's lack of flair might actually be holding Steffi back from a more exciting love story. In a soap opera world where drama is king, Steffi's romance with Finn often feels like a rerun. The formula is familiar: Steffi gets upset with Finn over something, typically something minor. He apologizes, and Steffi eventually gets her way. This dynamic has been repeated time and time again, especially when it comes to Finn's ongoing struggles with Sheila Carter and her numerous schemes. Finn's constant attempts to shield Steffi from danger or clean up the messes left by Sheila have led to moments of excitement, but those moments often feel fleeting, overshadowed by the predictability of their relationship. Finn as Steffi's yes man. Some fans have raised concerns that Finn is almost too perfect, too good for Steffi, to the point where he seems more like a golden retriever than a passionate, independent man. He's so eager to please Steffi and cater to her every need that it's hard to see him as anything other than her yes man. Steffi, strong-willed and independent as she is, deserves someone who will challenge her, not just agree with her every whim. This lack of tension, of push and pull, is a hallmark of the Steffi-Finn relationship. In other couples, like Hope and Liam or Brooke and Ridge, the drama often comes from one partner pushing back against the other's decisions, creating conflict that keeps things interesting. With Steffi and Finn, however, it's often the same routine: Steffi's upset, Finn apologizes, and things return to normal. This predictable pattern might not make for the most riveting storytelling, especially when fans are yearning for something more spicy, something with a little more heat, a little more unpredictability. Steffi's desire for something more? Now, let's consider Steffi's perspective. Having spent years fighting with Hope over Liam, it's understandable that Steffi would want stability and calm with Finn. She's finally found a man who adores her and is willing to put her first. After all the drama, isn't that enough? But here's the question: is it enough for Steffi long term? Steffi has always thrived on challenges and excitement. She's passionate about her career, her family, and, yes, her love life. As much as Finn's stability provides a sense of security, Steffi might eventually find herself yearning for more, the kind of excitement she had when she was with Liam, but without the confusion and heartbreak.